Okay. Thank you so much for coming back and joining the channel. My name is Grace. Welcome to Grace Speaks. So, I am here to complete our series with anger management. You all, it took me to mature, basically grow up and grow through the growing pains, okay, to understand what anger was and how it affected my life and relationships that I was in. And I always want to share this with people because um, sometimes we're not mindful of where anger comes from and where the root of it comes from and why is it us and things like that. Sometimes we don't deal with it correctly. So I want to know, have you ever reacted so quickly in anger and then later thought, hold on, wait a minute, that's not even me? I've been there many, many, many times where I had to stop, reflect, and look and see where do this come from? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I have to prove a point to anybody that it really doesn't matter, to. So, with that being said, I I just want to see if we can kind of you know, peel back some stuff, take some things off and put things to rest as they should be. Okay. Hopefully you can relate, right? So sometimes it's not just a moment where we're reacting to it. It could be just something deeper. Okay. And some things most of the time that are unhealed. Okay. Some things that kind of been carrying burdens and things like that. And we just sometimes we never, I heard, if not all the time, we never reflect. And this is the time to do so. It is 2026 for you all that's watching the channel right now. At the 1st of March, I'm sorry, April. And I was supposed to um, start airing in March, but I feel like the Lord was still working on me, and as he still is, because I wanted this channel to be not all propped up but real, raw and real, where you can see the true naked truth, right? Not just in me but in you and anybody else that might be around you this could apply to. And we're just here talking, um but a lot of things that we do in life is because we've carried it through life, and we have to reflect and peel those things, back. That needs to be. So anger is often a signal, right? It's not the root problem, not anger. Anger grows, it matures. So if it grows and mature before you do, spiritually and emotionally, where you have emotional balance and spiritual insight, right? Where you can tell what is you and what is not. That's called the gift of discernment. Sometimes we have to go to the Most High. If you don't have higher power, which is God Almighty, He is the highest power, you need to find Him, baby. That's all I'm gonna say, because that's what helped me. Not saying everything is for everybody, but I'm just relating to you and relaying to you what helped me. And I would like to share the Lord with you in any way, shape, form, or fashion I can. Um, and not to be all religious, okay? Because we're not doing that. The Lord does say, don't get into all of that in politics, because it will take you away from me. So sometimes religion come with rules and regulations and things like that, and that's okay. Eat the meat, spit out the bone. Only take what's good for you, what resonate with you, what you can grow from and take in and be edified from. Those things, okay? I always tell people, like my bishop told me, and many of our members, don't worry about the messenger, just get the message. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about this. You get the message, okay? That's it. That's the role. Now, sometimes the anger, and let me tell you, yes, it's a part of the 7 deadly sins. Anything that I say, go look it up, research it yourself. Okay, study to show thyself approved. All right, so you can prove what is the perfect will of God, right? But y'all don't quote me on that. Go look it up. Triggers come from past pain, not just present situations. Okay. Now, sometimes present situations can um, cause the trigger or flare it back up, right? Some situations that you might go through in life, even though it's present, some things from the past could stem up. And those are some things that you have to look at. Another thing, too, while I'm touching on it, I found it healing, and I found it where I felt like I could move forward talking about it. Okay, maybe going directly to the person or the head of the thing, okay, of that root, and confronting it, and just being honest about it, being truthful. This is how I feel. This is how you made me feel, or I'm sorry I made you feel this way. Accountability, um, accountability is exactly what's needed to start the healing process. Okay, and the reason why you need a healing process started is because anger comes from hurt and pain, right? And when we are hurt and we have pain, we know them as wounds. And those wounds, if you know, like I know, they need healing, whether they're physical, emotional, whatever, however it looks in your life. If you don't heal, you'll keep reacting to it. I had to learn that when I started speaking to that thing and letting it know, this is how I feel, and I hope you, if it was something I did to someone, hey, let me own up to that. I had to do those things so I wouldn't keep reacting. And sometimes you have to do the same thing. Now, it took a lot of faith. It took me to believe that the Lord was working on me. It took me to believe that I had to be something better than what I was showing up as. Because when I took the change, and when I took the chance to change and to see myself and to see what other people brought out of me, because sometimes it don't necessarily have to be you, but pain and hurt will trigger a reaction. And if you don't deal with it, if it's undealt with pain, you'll react to everything in your life. Only until you deal with that thing. And you need the Lord to help you with that. You better believe it. Only when you deal with that thing, you can start reacting in a better way, in a more healed way. Watching your responses and replies. That's just how it works. For some people, it might be a smooth process. For some people, it might be a real hard one. You might have to go through tests and trials, things like that. They call it trials and tribulations, the old school. It is what it is. God doesn't just want us to behave better, y'all. Okay, He wants us to heal from the inside out. And I truly believe that is what it takes. That's why I study what I study, because I want to be able to help others overcome and give them nuggets, give you all nuggets where you can fight those battles, and not necessarily saying that, you know, the battles and the tools and the stuff that I give might work for you, but hey, I'm willing to share them with you so you might can apply them to your life however they apply. Okay. Now, the next time that you might feel triggered, I'm going to need you to pause, okay, and ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Is it hurt, fear, or rejection? All three of those things can cause a trigger to where misunderstanding and confusion, chaos, things like that, negativity, those things will come to you left and right. When you are aware of yourself, you're aware of your emotions, emotionally balanced. Okay, everything can't get to you because you've developed an understanding, or the Lord is giving you the gift of understanding, because you have to have that. Okay, a gift of understanding to know when you're the problem or someone else is having a problem with you, or it just might be them. Sometimes things can transfer to you. You know what I mean by when you can come in a room, everybody's having fun, and and you walk in a room and everything changes because you walked in. Or not only that, it can be somebody else. You can be having fun, be the other way around. Where you can be having fun and someone walks in the room and the whole energy changes. It's one of the two things. Either somebody don't like you or you cause problems everywhere you go. Or it's just haters in the room and you might shine. I don't know. But whatever it is for you, okay, you have to figure that out. All right? You have to figure that out and you have to understand why is it a rejection? Is that rejection your rejection or is it the person's rejection? Some people just don't like you because of spirit that you carry, like the energy that you carry on you. You might be a happy, jolly person, outspoken, outgoing, don't mind talking, don't mind saying nothing, telling truths, facts, whatever it might be. Some people might not like that. Some people might not like that you like to be to yourself. You might be the type that like to stay to yourself. You don't mean no harm. You just kind of keep your distance, that. Some people might take offense to that. But it does teach you about the mindset. Romans 12:8, but don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Don't quote me on it. I got to do some extra notes too. You should too. Okay. Hope you're enjoying this so far. We are going to do just 15-minute sessions to just kind of get it out. The study is on First Kings, and I believe it's the 19th chapter. And it starts with Ezekiel. I'm sorry, Elijah. Not Elijah. I've been studying Ezekiel too. So we'll get into that soon. First Kings 19, all right, and 14. So this is what I want to say. Okay. You're not broken. You're just becoming aware. I believe that's why you're here. And that's where the healing begins. Okay. This is Grace Speaks. So let's get into it. So Elijah. Let's talk about Elijah, y'all. Elijah was a prophet. Um, he was called by the Lord to um, give messages, go and relay messages. And he wanted to relay these messages to his people. And he wanted Elijah to be the intercessor. In 1 Kings 19, it speaks about Ahab and his wife Jezebel. We know many people might carry that Jezebel spirit. Yeah, the one that's kind of angry. And again, the 7 deadly sins, one of them is the spirit of anger, the spirit of wrath. All right. And so since it's deadly, a lot of people don't know that they carry it. And hot tempered is what people call you. Sometimes you got to watch people too because they know that they can press buttons and they want you to be hot tempered. Some people will just do things, wish on you, pray on you to be hot tempered. That any relationship that you have, you will sabotage. When people don't like you or hate you or vice versa, like I say, it might not always be you. You got to have that gift of discernment to be able to understand the people around you to see, again, if it's you operating in that spirit or someone else, or you just reacting to it. I believe 9 times out of 10, we're fighting battles we can't see. And, I keep hearing when you know better, you do better. When you know better and you do better, the enemy can't trick you like that. I mean, he'll try. They'll try. Whoever's operating in the enemy spirit, they'll try. But it don't mean that, you know, uh, they have to win all the time. Sometimes you look like you losing could be your winning. That is for somebody. And you better believe it. Now, Jezebel went around killing all the prophets, okay, of the Lord. She was so bold that Elijah got scared of her because she didn't care about any punishment or anything that would have came upon her from the Lord's wrath. Now we know the God we serve, he's slow to anger. Okay. And when you possess the Lord's spirit, you also will be slow to anger. It don't mean you won't get mad, right? But it means that you'll just kind of ease on and be slow to it, watching it, paying attention, uh, figuring out what is really the root, what's really going on here. And sometimes, if not all the time, we need that. We need understanding. Again, I was 293 pounds last year, and um, I went through a healing process, not just physically, but emotionally. I had to seek first the kingdom of God for real. I heard about it. I've been in it all my life, studying the Lord all my life, ministering, prophesying all my life. But I had not been ministering to myself. I had been ministering to others. And I had to really take the time and isolate, not just for my protection, but for other people's protection. Not just for other people's protection, but for God's people protection. And if you know that when you're on the walk, okay, and on the journey with the Lord, you have to be protected. Sorry, we just do. And it's the same thing with Elijah. Because he was on a mission, he was on a journey. And the Lord was letting him know, hey, the things that you got to say that I'm telling you to say, they're not going to like it. See, they're going to come after you like they did the rest of them. But you'll be okay because I got something for you to do. Some of you have missions. Some of you don't even know your mission. If you sit long enough with the Lord, you'll understand it. If you sit long enough and go back in your life and your history and find out what it is that you have to heal from, people, places, and things, if not circumstances, even in yourself, okay, when you realize it's something you have to heal from, the process starts then. And you find the Lord, accountability steps in, and you realize, I can't call it quits yet. It's work I have to do. You got to do the work. So Elijah still had to do the work. Oh, he had gifts of the Holy Spirit. He had gifts of the Lord, right? So come on, like, why would you be afraid? The Lord is talking to you. The Lord is on your side. If the Lord is with me, who can be against me? But after he seen all those people being you know, killed, and Jezebel saying, well, they just gonna have to take her out because she don't really care. He kind of lost, that confidence. Don't lose confidence. I know it's easier said than done for some of you because some of us has been through many things, and it's okay. We the thing is, you're still here. You got through it some kind of way, and I know it had to be with the Lord, whether you believe it or not. It had to, because you're here right now. You're on Grace Speaks. Just because someone else don't understand why you're so confident, and when you speak and when you see your visions and things like that, you don't worry about it. Like I say, you continue to do the work, and that's what Elijah had to do. So he fled. He got to where he was afraid. He felt like he was the only prophet left. Oh, y'all, he felt like he was the only prophet left, and that Jezebel would take him out too. But God had a remnant of prophets waiting for him on his journey, 7,000 more. He wasn't alone. And he actually, to make a long story short, because we're going to continue to use this story line from the Bible for this anger management series. Okay, I got a few more minutes to get this out, and then we'll go into the next session. Okay. Again, thank you for coming and being a part of the Grace Speaks. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are enjoying the channel. Give me your feedback. Tell me what you think and what you would like to see from the channel. Thank you as well. Also, when Elijah fled, um, he got to the point, I believe it was Mount Horeb, where Moses, visited with God, and that juniper tree. Y'all know the tree I'm talking about. And the angel of the Lord came to visit him, told him, hey, wake up and eat, get up and eat. It's time to go eat. He went back to sleep. He woke back up because the angels visited him again, told him, hey, it's time to get up and eat because he had a long journey ahead. He also had 200 more miles to go before he got to the destination he was going to. So the Lord wanted to make sure he was well nourished and equipped to have the strength to get where he was going. A lot of you are going through that right now, just stopping at this channel, being edified because you have a journey ahead. We all have a journey ahead, and we have to be equipped and prepared for that journey. So this could be your stopping point, like it was. It is for me. It is as well for Elijah. Elijah went on to his trip, and before the angel of the Lord visited him, he was so upset because he thought he was the only one left. He was isolated. Everybody else was killed off. And he felt like the Lord did not show him or tell him everything that he saw in his visions to reveal the prophecy, to God's people. When he got to where Mount Horeb, when he got there, he was so angry. He had to vent to the Lord. He was so upset that the Lord let him get it out. He was fussing. And I'm sure if you all fuss today, no telling what you're saying when you talk to somebody. Okay? No telling what's coming out your mouth or what have came out your mouth when you're mad at somebody. But, some get angry and say things worse than others outside of somebody just telling the truth. Okay, or speaking their truth. Some people, they really got nasty mouths. Their minds. They'll say whatever they want to say because they want you to be heard. Think about that. People that you come around, they don't care how you feel. They want you to be heard. Sometimes those people are holding on to things and they're hurt. And you don't hurt people, I heard it before, but it's true. It's true. But not always, because some people that are hurt don't want to feel hurt and they don't want nobody else hurting them. So they try to treat people good. I know I do. I try to treat everybody good. I treat people like that golden rule, the way I want to be treated. Now, slow the anger and I pop off and I'm hot tempered. Yeah, but just right off the bat for no reason, nah. Mm-mm. Somebody had to make me mad for me to get mad, like consistently, until I can't take it no more. And when you get to that point, and I've learned to vent as you go, talk to people, talk to the Lord first of all. That's the first one you go to. Just like Elijah did. He did the right thing because he couldn't trust anybody. So he went straight to God. And the Lord helped him through. Send his angels, send his help. And that's what he's going to do for you. And I'm just letting you know this story. I want you to go and read it, study it, because we got a lot to talk about. I have notes, y'all, prepared for this lesson. And this is just the tip of the iceberg here, where I'm introducing myself, introducing the channel, and introducing the lesson. But I hope that you learned something today. I hope that this could bring someone peace. And I hope that you can learn a lot more here with Grace. All right. With the Grace Speaks channel. And again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully it's something here that you can learn or that you can take with you, that you can share with someone. Also, we'll get more into the story. We'll get more into the lesson as we go. This series right now is set up for uh, seven uh, a 7-day series. Okay, so hopefully we'll be done with this Today is Tuesday, maybe by the end of the week or the week as the week ends. Okay. And then we'll go into a different lesson. All right. So the first one here is anger. All right. I want to leave you with this, you all. While you're on your healing journey, just know it takes one day at a time. Things don't change overnight. Just like things that you can grow. And as we grow, it takes time. People get to see you when you grow. When you had not grown and say you still at the root of the problem, can't nobody see you. Okay? The blossom, how you flourish, how you grow, how you're nurtured. Can't nobody see you like that tree behind me. But if you stay at the root of the problem and don't allow it to grow, growing pains, healing through it, getting nurtured and watered with the Lord's word. When people can't see you at the root, you stay underneath, under the ground. You stay there. And don't nobody know you're there. And if somebody do know you're there, they'll do everything they can to keep you down, where you're under the ground and you can't be seen. It's time to fight back in the right way. Instead of with your fists and emotions or whatever's around you. Fight back with the love, LOVE, with the love of the Lord. Love covers a multitude of sin. It really does. If I love you, I won't hurt you. I won't curse you. I won't make you feel pain. I won't steal from you. None of that. I won't do nothing wrong to you because I love you. Love is real. It's an action. You can tell if people really love you by how they treat you, how they talk to you, how they deal with you, whether you're around or you're not around. You'll know who really got your back. You pay attention to that because that can be the problem, the root of your problem. Sometimes you have to change people, places, and things, your environment. Sometimes you have to get in a place where only you and the Lord is, and He can show you and teach you what love and life is all about. Only an intimate relationship with the Lord can get you there and get you that. This video was only supposed to be 15 minutes today. I understand we're going 30 minutes in. But I do want to tell you this, because I'm long-winded, and I'm going to try to get them shorter. But I do want to tell you this. I love you. No matter where you at, who you are, whether I know you or not. Because I know the Lord loves you. And He loves me too. And so I got to share it. I got to give it because He give it to me. If I'm wrapped up in too much love, I'll be too full of myself. So I got to distribute it. I got to distribute the weight. I got to distribute the weight so somebody out there can feel that love too. Okay? And one thing I want you to know, in all your get understanding. Don't look or try to search for something that's not there. Something that maybe you're looking for. Because what my message is exactly what it is. It ain't what you can look for or find out of it and go find somebody to talk to it about. I'm really doing the work of the Lord here. That's what my goal is. And I hope and pray that it helps somebody. Whether if it's just helping me, I hope it helps somebody else too. Guess what? Get it, but don't play with it. Till next time. Peace.